Hey everyone, Spicy Toast Gaming here, and I hope you're having a great day, and I hope this video can make it a little bit better. Today we're going to be showing some upgrades we've gotten to the Norra constellation, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. As you can see, we have a lot of the constellation completed. The only thing we really don't have is the gemstone powers, and then the 6th star, and then the 5th star. So let's go into what we actually do have. So first, her normal star powers. When you summon a created ally, granted 3/1. Pretty great, just bonus stats on any of your created units. And then game start, when you play a card with a base cost of 4 or more, plant a mysterious portal in the top 4 cards of your deck. So mysterious portals, these are all the way we're summoning created units, and so getting more of these throughout the game, especially for playing those more expensive cards, is quite nice. Also, the fact that this is base cost is really good, so if we can get some cost reduction on some more expensive cards, that's very good. Now, as far as star powers, the only other one we actually have is here, the 4-star. Game start, summon a Vestian Disciple. This is actually pretty decent. For one, it's going to be a created ally, so it's going to have that extra stats from your 3-star, so that's pretty good. Also an elusive, and then Nexus Strike, recall me transforming into the Simon Wind. So that is actually a focus speed spell, I believe. Maybe it might be burst, but I think it's focus, where it's draw 1 and summon this unit again. So really nice having that extra draw to potentially get another card guaranteed, but also have another chance to trigger one of your portals. But also by summoning this again, that's going to count towards Norra's level up. So this card is actually doing a lot for you. Now, as far as the bonus stars we got, 200 gold, nice. Your support cards have Portal Pals, so the epic item. So when I'm summoned, create 2 random 7 or higher cost units from your regions, reduce them by my base cost. This is a interesting one. It's kind of pushing you towards getting a more expensive support champion, because the more expensive they are, then the greater discount you're going to get from the Portal Pals. This has some interesting synergies because both the units from the Portal Pals are going to give the extra stats from your star powers, but they're also going to be counting towards your 2nd star because they're going to be both having a higher base cost of 4. Even if you're going to play them for free, their base cost is higher. So when you play both these units, they're also going to plant portals on your deck, and they'll also count towards Norra's level up, although she's probably going to be leveled up before you play them, but this is actually doing quite a lot for you. We also have Star of Blessings, so your Yordle Captain has Vampiric Scepter, a little bit of sustain. Fall as you acquire in adventures that cost 4 or more have Ancient Coin. This is, again, an interesting one. For one, with Norra, you normally want to be having a lot of cheap units, potentially, just because you're in a very aggressive deck, but this again can trigger your 2nd star power, because that triggers when you play a card that costs 4 or more, or has a base cost of 4 or more. So getting a unit that costs 4 or more, and then getting that cost reduction to try to make it cheaper, is pretty good. Next then, your Cosmic Binding has Charging Sigil, so some extra damage. And then the rest of these are just all gemstone ones, so good amount of powers we have here for Norra. As far as the build we're going with Norra, it's kind of a more passive one for her. Quite often we go for like one that everything is about buffing up our Norra. This is actually not the case. So we're going with Norra's Portal Accelerator, her signature relic. So we get that +1 starting mana, really good for playing those higher cost cards right away to try to get more of those portals planted from our 2-star. We also have Echoing Spirit, game start, create 7 copies from in your deck. Champion spells cost 1 less. This is really good for Norra, actually. If you play one of the versions that was created by this, it's going to count as a created ally, so Norra is going to get the stats from your star powers. So she's immediately going to get an extra 3 power and 1 health. That's fantastic. And this also reduced the cost of your Portal Palooza, which is your champion spell. Plant 2 mysterious portals in the top 4 cards of your deck, then draw 1. But since this has a base cost of 4 or higher, it's actually going to plant 3 mysterious portals in the top 4 cards of your deck. And then with the Echoing Spirit, it's reduced down in cost, so it's actually only going to cost 4. So you can play these more often, pretty much almost at the right start of the game. So very good for Norra, just a lot for you. And then the Beast Within, power, allies have Overwhelm, and if they have a subtype, 1/1. So Norra is also going to get that extra 1/1 from this. So she's actually going to be a pretty big unit when you drop her at the start of the game. And a lot of the units you're playing are having a subtype, whether that's like a Fae or Yordle, so they often get that 1/1. But really nice build where you're pretty much guaranteed to be able to play your Norra, because you have so many extra copies of her. If you play them from this, they're going to be bigger. They're also going to be strong because of Beast Within. The Overwhelm and the Impact gives you a lot of damage on all your units. And overall, very impressed by this build. It actually did a lot better than I was initially thinking it would. Now, if you're enjoying all of this daily Path of Champions content, a like and subscribe is greatly appreciated, and let's get into it. It's a pretty passive Norra build. Often with our Norra, she's the main win condition, so we're putting everything on her. This is more focusing on our units. That's what I mean with a passive build. Game start, draw 2. Increase our odds of getting a portal, because I think we start with a portal. Game start, and when you play a card with base cost, yes, we start the game with a portal. So drawing more makes us more likely to draw a portal. Weakest ally 3/3. When you summon an ally, give it 1/1. This would help us be more aggressive with all of our units. I think we'll just go for the extra draw. Yes, we can probably trigger the portal, but also just making sure we get the right cards is pretty nice. So Fiora with Unyielding.
I would cut down the opposition.
Having double Norras is fine. We'll actually get rid of that. So Norra's units are going to get big pretty passively. For one, we're going to just summon a lot of units and get Norra leveled up very quickly. So then our portals are then going to be giving us higher cost units. And then since they're all created, oh my word, right, it's just nothing but Norra. They're also just going to get all these extra stats. So like they're already pretty big. All right, so we can just immediately play a one of Norra's champion spells. All right, so we'll be able to attack like this and get through their first health bar, but they'll block. But Norra's just giving us even more. Also, yeah, since Norra is counting as a created card, she also has those extra stats, which is pretty nice. Alright, that's fine. Our units are pretty expendable just because we're having so many. So once again, we can just play a Portal Palooza. Wow, we didn't actually get anything. Alright, let's drop our wind. And we're already leveled. Be careful when playing Norra. Check if she's created so you get stats. Yes. Yeah, this is a pretty great build if you just want to have the just biggest, most ridiculous board like super early. GG. Also, once you get Norra to 5 stars, you get that +1 starting mana as well. You can start with 4 mana, which would be pretty ridiculous. Yeah, I like Magical Journey. Going for the Bard Norra synergy is pretty fun. Alright, Swain. So he is a 5 cost, so he would trigger the effect. Double attack, Ravenous Flock. If you behold a... So this is a 4 cost unit, so this would also count, but it has the Ancient Coin, which is nice. So yeah, this will be 3 cost, but we'll still get the portal for playing this. So that's not bad. It having a free attack also, we don't care if it attacks and dies. That's actually probably better for us if it does that. Yeah, I think what we're getting here looks like the best. What's the difference between aggressive, defensive, and combo playstyle? Let's see. Karma, Tahm Kench. We want the shop actually, so let's go for Tahm Kench. So aggro is just normally early game aggressive units that are trying to rush down your enemy as fast as possible. So Samira would kind of be that, although she could also kind of be described as combo. Defensive is often... Let's get rid of these two. Defensive is often like control decks where you're not winning by ending the enemy super fast. You're kind of holding out for a certain win condition. So like an example would be Veigar, where you're trying to stay on the defensive and level up your Veigar, get your darkness scaled up, and then hit a point in kind of the mid game where you're able to drop these huge darkness spells and kill the enemy. But yeah, normally you are on the defensive, so that's why you're defensive champion. You want to be stunning, controlling the board, and just not letting the enemy control you. Combo would be more units that are trying to execute specific combos, such as like a Set or Jack, where they play cards and then they play like a coin, like coins to refill their mana, and then they end up playing more, and they're executing different combinations with their cards. They're not just playing like one card around like an Elder Dragon where, yeah, you just like drop one card and like that's it. You're trying to combo your cards together to achieve more powerful effects.
The suspense is terrible. I hope it lasts.
All right, Norra already leveled.
Ready for a new adventure.
And it's funny that we're not really playing units. Like, I think the only unit we've played is Norra. We've just been dropping our Portal Paloozas and completely filling up our hand. And yeah, we kind of have too much draw, which is a little bit of an issue. Thanks, you are welcome. Well... We could probably end, but let's try to take this just a little bit slower to try to see if we can make sure we end this round.
They say
Encountered any advertising stories, Lenny?
Right to business, eh, Tahm? Let's see.
Alright, so yeah, we should be fine here. The overwhelm that we're getting from our Beast Within is pretty nice. Here, we could go ahead and go for a stun for more damage, but we're already ending, so it doesn't really matter. Norra 6-star is kind of good. I mean, I haven't played with it, so I can't really say. I'm not that excited. I feel like we already have a lot of, like, champion spam playstyles. So, I don't know. Summoning champions doesn't sound as interesting to me. Like, I think it's probably fine. But yeah, not quite as interesting. I think we'll go for the Onslaught of Shadows, because the Spectral Rise will be pretty big. Let's go for the shop, see what we can get. Oh my word. We already have too much draw, actually. Let's try to reroll. Sure, whatever. Ashe.
I'll lead the way.
Yeah, I think the Norra 6-star is probably strong. I don't think it's going to be weak at all. And if we didn't already have so many similar builds, like with Oath of the Guardians, then I would be more excited about it. But considering we already have like Aurelion Sol and a lot of Oath builds, it's not that interesting to me personally. Echoing Spirit created this card. Okay.
Cup of tea? Fine by me. Off we go. Portals everywhere.
With Tacky, thank you for the follow and the subscribe. I appreciate the support. I miss Norra. I mean,
Will unite the Freljord.
can't you just play Norra? Not sure what you mean. Let's just, yeah, immediately go for Portapaloozas. They took her out of ranked. Oh. You ever tried Poro Ledros? I think I got that once, yes. And it was very fun. Very fun. Alright, again, let's just go for more Portapaloozas, try to summon a bunch of units for free. And we're summoning them at burst speed, which is pretty great. And we're leveled. Fantastic.
Up and down and all around.
First time in live, but always see your videos on YouTube. Great content. Thank you for the support. Glad you're enjoying them.
Step lively. These are our lands.
Oh, we just pushed so much damage, and we're still like never actually playing. All we're playing is Norra and extra copies of Norra.
Bless my socks, I've done it.
So yeah, this is actually a pretty cheesy build. Discard to manifest a yordle that costs 3 or less and summon it. Discard, grant all allies spirit. Focus speed, that's not terrible. Yeah, it's not bad. I think we'll actually get more copies of the Troll Ravager and actually end up cutting it. Adaptatron, don't really care about any of these. Do we want to go for a shop or just cut more cards? We'll try to keep getting some fun powers. This is not bad. It is taking up board space, but the unit it summons is a created ally, so it's pretty good. All right, let's go for Poppy with unstable inventory.
Huh? You want me? Well, okay.
Elder Dragon on Ashe encounter is impossible. Yeah, Ashe can definitely be pretty annoying. She can be like the worst to get as your first opponent, because since you don't have a lot of cards, you just end up running out of cards and just milling yourself. Yeah, Ashe with like unyielding has shut down a lot of my runs before, because it just takes too long to kill or you run out of cards and you're like, well, that seems bad.
If you want something done right, let me do it.
I also like how expendable our units are.
Easy there.
Like, we can just attack, throw everything at the enemy, and we don't care if they die. It's like, if they die, we're just gonna summon a bunch more. It does not matter at all. Here I think we'll actually use the Troll Ravager, because by playing this we can probably just end the game.
Me here and ready for fight. Now horse hunting party here.
By hook or by crook, I'll find you, dear cat.
Yep, GG. Norra can be pretty fun. I do like the versatility with Norra, because I really enjoy playing a build where you're just focusing on getting your Norra absolutely huge and putting a whole bunch of stats on her. But then you have a build like this where you're mostly focusing just on your units. I don't really want our Norra dying, so I think I'll just go for Excavator's Charge. I mean, yeah, you run out of board space, but that's a pretty good problem to have. Round start rally, Sting Officer. Sting Officer is good. It counts as another created ally. It gets buffed up by our star powers. It counts towards Norra's level up. So it is good, but being able to attack every single round is fantastic. So let's go for that. Epic Champion chest. So Gangplank with Duplicate.
I accept your terms.
Yeah, I like champions where you can go for a much more passive build where you're focusing on your units, or builds where you actually can focus on your champion. Let's actually get rid of the Portapalooza, because the only ones we want to be playing are the ones made from Norra. And let's see. Okay, so this one, Echoing Spirit created the card. This is what you really want to be looking out for, because then when we play it, it gets all these extra stats from our star powers, which is really nice, because otherwise Norra can be a little bit weak. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Alright, so some solid damage. We'll just play another Portal Palooza immediately. Yeah, I normally go Corrupted Star Fragment on her as well. Yeah, that does help your board space issue, definitely. So yeah, that's normally my go-to as well. Just figured we'd try something a little bit different today.
How fine you, dear cat. Off we go.
And GG. Oh, that's so much damage.
There once was a yordle who found a portal. Oh.
Corrupted Star Fragment is pretty good because you can eat the free monkey. I mean, yes, but you probably don't want to do that because you can keep playing that monkey for extra draw. So if you have enough draw, then yeah, it's probably fine to get rid of, but can be decent. I don't really care about any of these. I guess we'll go for a group shot just because it's cheap. Sure, let's do mana deposit so we can be a little bit more aggressive round one. Sounds fun. And Jhin with Unyielding.
In carnage I bloom like a flower in the dawn.
Alright, again, let's get rid of almost everything. We might actually not cut this card just because a free attack is pretty good, especially since we have our Sand Soldiers. Oh look, a husk. Alright, so Echoing Spirit created this card. So yeah, we can drop this here.
Home is just around the portal. Let's get it, crew.
Sure, so we can drop this first, get another Sand Soldier, which is one more towards our level up condition. Alright, perfectly fine.
Off we go. By hook or by crook, how fine
So just
you,
a nice
dear cat.
turn one level up, always good.
Touch in my sights. Everywhere.
Alright, so through their first health bar, we'll just drop a Portal Palooza attack, and that'll be game. At least it should be.
It's power if you're not gonna use it.
Oh, the suspense is terrible. I hope it lasts.
And yeah, now we just start dropping these massive units because we're leveled. Oh man. Why put Norra in the first part when you attack? Just kind of because. It's just like I put certain relics in the first spot when I attack. Also, sometimes the enemy has coding where they only target the people to the right, and so putting your champion on the left is sometimes a good idea, but at this point it's mostly just like habit, pretty much. Mr. Thrift is very nice, but we're ending the game so fast it really doesn't matter. So I think we'll just grab this here. More Mr. Thrift. Power, created cards cost one less. I guess that would count for our Echoing Spirit. So that'd make our Norra and all of her cards cost one less. That's not bad. Item. Yeah, let's go here. So Jinx with power overwhelming.
I like you.
One thing to note, though, if you're running packed powder, you don't want to put your champion in the first spot because you want someone else to trigger damage on the Nexus, so you get 1-1 before you hit the Nexus. That's kind of the one time you don't want to have your champion first, is if you're running packed powder. Outside of that, though, yeah, it's not really a bad idea to have your champion first. LeBlanc 4-star should be bouncing blades, since Blade Edge can deal 3 damage. That would be a little crazy. Echoing Spirit created this, so you see also it's a 1 cost now because of our created cards,
Home is just around
which means we could
the
probably
corner.
play our Portapalooza round 1.
The suspense is terrible. I hope it lasts.
Fantastic.
Off we go. Portals everywhere.
It is kind of funny how Norra can just be one of the most aggressive champions in the entire game.
Portals,
And we're leveled.
portals, up and down and all around. Anything else?
Alright, so they're wanting to attack, and that's perfectly fine.
This isn't the way.
Yep, this is okay. We could drop our Cosmic Binding, but it's fine. The good thing about Cosmic Binding, though, is since it is a above 4-cost card, at least its base cost is that, this plants more chimes in your deck. Well, not chimes, but portals. Alright, I think let's drop the wind to get some more draw, see if we get some more portals. There we go. Alright, well,
Step lightly.
GG. Norra is a squirrel or a fox? Norra is a Yordle.
I've done it.
I don't think she's technically any sort of animal. She's just a Yordle. I mean, out of any animal, she looks closest to a bunny. I would say with her ears. Like, those look more like bunny ears than anything else. But yeah, she's just a Yordle, so she's not actually an animal. She's just fuzzy. Shuffle 2 copies of me in your deck. They cost 1. That's pretty funny. The games probably aren't going to last long enough for this to matter. So Pickaxe will probably be giving us more damage because we're more likely to play this and have it pay off. But I think it's funny, so sure, let's grab it. Let's get rid of this one because we have a lot of copies of it, and we're not going to really play it normally. All right, listen.
Your will, my hands.
Let's get rid of most of these. Having one Troll Ravager wouldn't be bad because we can probably play it for free. And a free attack is solid. Yeah, we didn't get too many copies of our Norra.
I seem to have misplaced my self.
Alright, so we can drop this here.
Way for trolls!
And then drop our Portapalooza.
The suspense is terrible. I hope it lasts.
There's just so many portals flying around everywhere.
It's in a hop. By hook
Oh,
or
man.
by crook, I'll find you, dear cat.
Ready yourself.
GG. So yeah, 4 cost is definitely nice, just having a unit at the start of the game to help you. It's just helping contribute to your level up. It's getting those extra stats, and then it is pretty versatile. Like one of you mentioned, you could just eat it right away with Corrupted Star Fragment. So that's not bad. I like that free attack. Let's grab that. But also, if you're struggling with draw, then you can just keep attacking with it and then keep playing it to get some more draw, try to trigger more portals. Every time you play it, it's counting as a created card. Summoning units at the start of the game is decent. I think our board's going to get too full, but whatever, it's going to be easier to level. We could get another power, but honestly, just cutting a card would probably be good enough. Yeah, I think I want to just cut cards. Let's go for Azir.
Your loyalty will be rewarded.
So yeah, I think the 4-star is actually pretty solid. Sure. Trying to increase our odds of Norra. Yeah, we have so much power right now that we don't really need to go for the shop. Alright, so sadly, looks like we didn't get one of our created copies of Norra. So that's a little sad. But we can drop this here.
The Emperor commands, the land obeys.
I think we'll actually let this die. Alright, it's not even gonna be enough. But we're probably gonna replace it with a Troll Ravager just because this is gonna give us a free attack, but again, another portal.
Portals, portals, up and down and all around.
Watch my post.
GG. Yeah, I think 6-star Norra is gonna be pretty insane. Just the fact that you are getting so much like value. You can start with 4 mana. You can just pack so many portals, summon so many units. We'll get this and then I think cut it. We're just looking for how many cards we have of a certain type. We have 6 Troll Ravengers, but we actually like the Ravager. So yeah, let's get rid of the Onslaught. Trying to reduce our hand down a little bit. We're drawing too many random cards we don't care about. All right, Draven with Perfected Mana Flow.
Welcome to the League of Draven.
What's your favorite region? Mine's Freljord. Freljord is probably like my... It kind of fluctuates. So Freljord and Noxus and Shadow Isles are like my 3 favorites. So those 3 are all kind of fighting for the top spot. And then probably below that is like Shurima and Demacia are kind of tied. Then below that is P and Z. And then way below that is Ionia. So yeah, we haven't even played anything, and our Norra is already over halfway through her level up.
Cup of tea? Fine by me. I think I'm quite ready for a new adventure.
Yeah, I don't think I've actually tried Norra versus Swain. I feel like I should try that at some point. What's your top 1 favorite? It kind of fluctuates, to be honest. We could play the Ravager, but we don't even really need it. Yeah, we'll just attack and end. Some days my favorite's Freljord, some days it's Noxus, some days it's Shadow Isles. It kind of just depends what I'm in the mood to play.
yordle who found a portal home.
Double Trouble's okay, but honestly, we're probably not going to play any of these cards. I kind of wish there was an option you could just not take cards. It'd be very nice. Hey, look, we said we want to do Swain. So Swain with level up.
Show them their place.
Norra is such a fun champion. Honestly, the past while, all the champions they've released have just been excellent. Like, it used to very much be a mixed bag where, like, half the champions we would get, there'd be, like, one that was really well designed and put together. Then there would be, like, two that would be okay, and then the last three would just be, like, a buggy mess. Because we used to get 6 champions at once. And while that's exciting, at the same time, it was also kind of terrible because, yeah, half the champions would just be broken and not good at all. That's how we got Nasus. I wonder if they'll rework Eve a little when she gets a constellation. Feels like her deck has moderate sub-theme of units dying, but her 1 and 3 doesn't really want them to die early. Yes. I hope they don't change the, like, level up condition. But there is some stuff in your deck that is trying to benefit from units dying when you don't really want that to happen at all. So she does definitely have a little bit of anti-synergy built into her kit.
Ready for a new adventure.
We're actually totally fine with that unit dying. It just opens up board space for us. And we can just immediately play another one. Oh my word, 4 portals. Goodness. Well. GG. See, for most of the time, there's powers that some people like, oh, I wish you could, like, turn powers off. Normally, I'm someone that I wouldn't really agree with that. But I think for the Norra 6-star, that is a power that I'd probably like to toggle on and off. Because I feel like sometimes you actually just want to play with followers and not champions. Cosmic Binding, that's fine. So yeah, I feel like that's one there. Turn it on and off would be nice. But Aurelion Sol with Duplicate.
Naturally.
I think Eve is one of my most OP characters. Oh yeah, she's great. Like, her only weakness is not drawing her, but she's incredibly good. I have the Norra 6-star, and sometimes you roll a Lulu, and it almost feels like a brick. Yeah, I feel like the 6-star has a high chance of somewhat ruining the identity of Norra, because then it goes from feeling like a portal champion to feeling like just another champion spam deck, which is less interesting in my opinion. But again, maybe I'll play the Norra 6-star and absolutely love it.
By hook or by crook, I'll find you, dear cat.
Mine is Ashe at 6-star, OP on Gwen and Kyle as support champions. No, I didn't know there's a champion called Kyle. Yeah, we can just attack like this. Summon 2 units. Looks good. Can you play triple Star Gem with Norra 6-star? I mean, yeah, Star Gem is going to be pretty good for you. Ah, GG.
it.
All right. Very fun. Great time playing Norra. This is actually a pretty fun and kind of passive build for Norra herself, where with this you're mostly buffing up your board and just playing a whole bunch of, well, kind of units. You're more summoning units for free, but this is, yeah, pretty good. The Echoing Spirit does have some great synergy with Norra, because then you're making Norra a created card, or at least she can be. So then you can play her. She immediately gets extra stats, which is really nice because Norra is a little bit too squishy on her own, which is why Corrupted Starfrag can be so good. But this kind of fixes that issue. Also making your champion spell cost less, your Portapalooza, which is also just fantastic. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. The 4-star is good. I don't think it's as game-changing as like Overwhelm is for like Viego, but it helps you out. It does kind of everything you want it to do. And yeah, it's solid. I think there's other ones that probably could have been a bit better, but overall it's a good addition. Thank you for watching that video, especially all the way to the end. Really fun. Norra is a blast to play. If you enjoyed that video, a like and subscribe is greatly appreciated. I hope you have a great rest of your day.